What's going on, guys? Dalton here, back with another trainer tip for Trainer Tip Tuesday. Today we're going to do a little bit of a continuation from last time's video about finding your correct squat stance. The next part of this little mini squat series is going to be how to get rid of your butt wink, okay? The butt wink is caused by a couple different things. We're going to take a look at each of those individually. The first one's going to be your ankle and calf mobility. The second is going to be bracing your core properly throughout the entirety of a squat. Okay, so the first thing we're going to look at is what actually is a butt wink. As you can see, if I go down into my squat, my core is relaxed. Kind of down here at the bottom, you get this pelvic tilt under your body. It's a flexion of the spine, and that's something we want to avoid if we've got something spinal loaded like a barbell back squat, front squat, anything like that. So how do we fix that? Like I said, first thing we're going to look at our ankle mobility. So to test to see if we have good ankle mobility, what we're going to do is a basic 4-finger wall test. Basically what I'm going to do, take my 4 fingers, get them right up next to the wall, bring my toes in, and while keeping my heel on the floor, I'm going to push this knee to see if I can get enough dorsiflexion to where I'm deep in a squat. This is kind of your bare minimum threshold, is the 4 fingers. Where we ideally would like to be is the 4 fingers plus a thumb. So my thumb, same thing, bring my toes in, and now I'm going to try the same thing. As you can see, I've got about 2 fingers worth of space here between the wall and my knee. So I've got a little bit of a limitation there as far as ankle mobility. So first thing we're going to do to try to fix that is take a foam roll, and you're going to do this on both ankles. I want you to test and retest both to make sure that they're even. But basically all we're going to do is roll one at a time. I'm going to cross my ankle over so I can get some good pressure and spend about, like I said, 30 seconds to a minute just rolling out the Achilles, the calf insertion, and then eventually kind of rolling up into the meaty part of your calf as well. So the calf is made up of 2 muscles, and we're gonna have to attack each of those kind of individually. So once we spend some good time rolling it out, then we're gonna go immediately and to stretch it. Like I said, there's 2 muscles. You got your gastroc and your soleus. The gastroc is a multi-joint muscle, meaning it's going to cross over the ankle and the knee. Basically, all that means is we're gonna need the knee to be straight as we stretch the calf. So basically, I'm just gonna come up, do a basic wall stretch, get my toes into as much dorsiflexion as possible, and basically just hold this stretch again for about 30 seconds to a minute. So once I've gone through that, now we need to stretch the soleus as well. This is a single joint muscle. Basically all this means is this controls the ankle. So we're gonna have to stretch this in a flexed knee position. So my favorite way to stretch this is get into a deep goblet squat, resting my elbows on the inside part of my knees here. And basically I'm just gonna lean into this foot, lean into this ankle, and I can feel a big stretch through the back of my calf. So like I said, do this on both sides, just shifting your weight back and forth, 30 seconds to a minute. Once we've gone through that, we're gonna come back over here and basically retest what we've done. So fingers down, thumb extended, and as you can see, even though I didn't take the full time to really go through that, I've still got a couple inches better of dorsiflexion there. So now that I know my ankle mobility is good, it's taken care of, all we have to worry about now is our core brace. So again, my favorite way to teach the core brace is in a goblet squat with our arms extended out in front of us. This is gonna make us brace our core not only from the start, being able to hold the weight out in front of us here, but as we get deeper in the squat, we're gonna have to brace harder and harder as well. So our ankles are good. We've taken care of our stance in the last video. And so now we just gotta work on this brace. So I'm gonna take a big brace breath, hold that as tight as I can, and sit down here nice and deep. As you can see, the difference from before, I'm no longer getting that pelvic tilt at the bottom of my back and that spinal flexion I was talking about earlier. All right, guys, hope that helps. Working on the core brace, getting those ankles and calves really loosened up. Hopefully when it's all said and done, it'll look a little bit something like this, to where you can sit nice and deep in that squat without any issues, any discomfort, any hip pain, anything like that. Hope this helps. If y'all have any questions, feel free to hit me up.